Imagine a world where you can learn to behave in a certain way just by watching someone else do it. Sounds like science fiction, right? But what if I told you that this is exactly what happened in one of the most infamous psychology experiments of all time, led by the legendary Albert Bandura? Albert Bandura is one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, and his work has had a profound impact on our understanding of human behavior. Born on December 4, 1925, in Bandura, Alberta, Canada, Bandura grew up in a family of modest means, but his thirst for knowledge and his natural curiosity drove him to pursue a career in psychology. In this video, we'll delve into Bandura's biography, his groundbreaking theory, and the experiment that changed the face of psychology forever. As we explore Bandura's life and work, you'll learn about the key concepts that underpin his theory, including observational learning, self-efficacy, and aggression. You'll also discover how his work has been applied in real-world settings, from education to psychotherapy. By the end of this video, you'll have a deep understanding of Bandura's contributions to the field of psychology and how his ideas continue to shape our understanding of human behavior. So, let's start with Bandura's early life and education. Growing up in a small town in Canada, Bandura was fascinated by human behavior and was especially drawn to the work of psychologists like Clark Hall and Edward Tolman. He pursued his undergraduate degree at the University of British Columbia, where he was introduced to the world of psychology and became hooked. After completing his PhD at the University of Iowa, Bandura went on to become a prominent figure in the field of psychology, known for his innovative research methods and his commitment to understanding human behavior. Now, let's talk about Bandura's theory, which is centered around the concept of observational learning. According to Bandura, humans learn new behaviors by observing others and imitating their actions. This challenges the traditional view of learning, which suggests that behavior is primarily driven by reinforcement and punishment. Bandura's theory proposes that learning is a more complex process, involving observation, imitation, and reinforcement. As we'll see later, this theory has far-reaching implications for our understanding of human behavior and has been applied in a wide range of contexts. One of the most significant contributions of Bandura's theory is the concept of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in their ability to succeed in a particular task or situation. Bandura argued that self-efficacy is a critical factor in determining behavior, as it influences an individual's motivation, persistence, and resilience. When people believe in their ability to succeed, they are more likely to take on challenges and persevere in the face of obstacles. On the other hand, when people doubt their abilities, they are more likely to give up and avoid challenges. This concept has been widely applied in fields such as education, sports, and psychotherapy. As we explore Bandura's theory further, it's essential to consider the role of aggression in human behavior. Bandura's work on aggression suggests that it is a learned behavior, which can be acquired through observation and imitation. This challenges the traditional view of aggression, which suggests that it is an innate instinct. According to Bandura, aggression is a complex behavior that is influenced by a range of factors, including observation, reinforcement, and self-efficacy. This theory has significant implications for our understanding of violence and aggression in society and has been applied in the development of interventions aimed at reducing aggressive behavior. Now, let's move on to the experiment that made Bandura famous, known as the Bobo doll experiment. In this experiment, Bandura and his colleagues showed children a video of an adult model behaving aggressively towards a Bobo doll, a large inflatable doll. The children were then given the opportunity to play with the doll, and their behavior was observed. The results were shocking. The children who had watched the aggressive model were more likely to behave aggressively towards the doll, compared to those who had not watched the video. This study demonstrated the power of observational learning and showed that children can learn aggressive behavior simply by watching others. The Bobo doll experiment has been widely cited and has had a significant impact on our understanding of human behavior. However, it's essential to consider the limitations and criticisms of the study. Some critics have argued that the experiment was too narrow in its focus and did not take into account other factors that influence human behavior. Others have suggested that the experiment was too artificial and did not reflect real-world situations. Despite these limitations, the Bobo doll experiment remains a landmark study in the field of psychology and continues to influence research and practice today. As we reflect on Bandura's work, it's clear that his theory and experiment have had a profound impact on our understanding of human behavior. But what about the implications of his work for real-world problems? How can we apply Bandura's theory to issues such as violence, aggression, and social change? To answer these questions, let's consider some examples of how Bandura's work has been applied in practice. For instance, his theory has been used to develop interventions aimed at reducing aggressive behavior in children and adolescents. Additionally, his work on self-efficacy has been applied in the development of programs aimed at promoting motivation and resilience in individuals. Now, let's talk about some surprising facts about Bandura's life and work. Did you know that Bandura was a pioneer in the field of psychology, and his work on observational learning challenged the traditional views of behaviorism? Or that he was a prolific researcher, publishing over 300 papers and books during his career? Bandura's contributions to psychology are undeniable, and his work continues to influence research and practice today. As we'll see later, his legacy extends far beyond his own research, and his ideas have shaped the work of countless other psychologists and researchers. As we move towards the conclusion of this video, let's summarize the key points we've covered so far. We've explored Bandura's biography, his groundbreaking theory, and the experiment that changed the face of psychology forever. We've also examined the implications of his work for real-world problems and considered some examples of how his theory has been applied in practice. Now, let's reflect on the significance of Bandura's work and its continued relevance today. In a world where violence, aggression, and social change are increasingly important issues, Bandura's work offers valuable insights and practical solutions. But here's the twist: despite the significance of Bandura's work, his theory has not been without criticism. Some have argued that his work oversimplifies the complexity of human behavior, and that his experiments were too narrow in their focus. Others have suggested that his theory does not take into account the role of culture and social context in shaping behavior. While these criticisms are valid, they do not undermine the significance of Bandura's contributions to the field of psychology. Instead, they highlight the need for ongoing research and refinement of his theory, as we continue to explore the complexities of human behavior. In conclusion, Albert Bandura is a giant in the field of psychology, and his work has had a profound impact on our understanding of human behavior. Through his theory and experiment, he has shown us that learning is a complex process, involving observation, imitation, and reinforcement. His work has significant implications for real-world problems, from violence and aggression to social change and motivation. As we reflect on Bandura's legacy, we are reminded of the power of psychology to shape our understanding of human behavior and to inform practical solutions to real-world problems. So, what can we learn from Bandura's work? First and foremost, we learn that human behavior is complex and multifaceted, and that it cannot be reduced to simple explanations or theories. We also learn that learning is a lifelong process, and that we can acquire new behaviors and skills through observation and imitation. Finally, we learn that self-efficacy is a critical factor in determining behavior, and that it can be developed and strengthened through practice and experience. These lessons have significant implications for our personal and professional lives, and they offer valuable insights into the human condition. As we close this video, I want to leave you with a challenge. What can you do to apply Bandura's theory to your own life? How can you use the principles of observational learning and self-efficacy to achieve your goals and overcome obstacles? By reflecting on these questions, you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself and others, and you can develop the skills and knowledge needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world. Like, subscribe, and comment below to share your thoughts on Albert Bandura and his work. What do you think are the most significant implications of his theory, and how can we apply his ideas to real-world problems? Join the conversation and let's explore the fascinating world of psychology together. Title_ideas, Albert Bandura, the pioneer of observational learning, the Bobo doll experiment, a landmark study in psychology, Albert Bandura, understanding human behavior through theory and experiment, description_draft, explore the life and work of Albert Bandura, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century. Learn about his groundbreaking theory of observational learning, his famous Bobo doll experiment, and the significant implications of his work for real-world problems. Discover the power of psychology to shape our understanding of human behavior and to inform practical solutions to real-world problems. Tags: Albert Bandura, Observational Learning, Bobo doll experiment, Psychology, Human Behavior, Self-Efficacy, Aggression, Violence, Social Change, Motivation, Learning, Behaviorism, Psychology Facts, Human Behavior, Hook_type, Shock,